Hey guys, what is up? TheNeoCubest here. Welcome to my survival mansion tutorial. So the reason I'm calling it a survival mansion tutorial is that, well, first of all, it's a tutorial. Second of all, it's completely possible in survival. These materials are nothing too crazy. It really isn't that crazy of a material choice, like just cobblestone, oak wood, and some stone brick. But as you can see here, it's got a beautiful exterior with a giant room up at the top. That's the master bedroom. I'll go through all the rooms in a second, but it's a very easy build to do. It's even got a nice roof, which I'm pretty bad at roofs, but this one turned out really cool. And yeah, I show you how to build this entire thing like block by block, step by step. So you'll by the end of this video, you can build this exact house. And we got the little entryway out here with a few things. We got the proper entryway in here. Got a little map of the world. As you can see, this is a pretty big mansion. It takes up a pretty big portion of the map. But it's a pretty cool little entryway. To the right over here, we have our nice brewing area, which is pretty cool. You can brew potions in here as well as store your potion materials and whatnot. Over here, we have a few of the 1.14 blocks. We got some barrels right here, and then we got some grindstones and a stone cutter, as well as a secret hidden chest, which now everyone knows about. So if your friends are watching this video, you can't have a secret hidden chest in there anymore. I guess you technically could. Up on top, we have the full 30 level enchantment table, which is pretty cool. Got some more barrels over here, as well as a nice little area for your enchantment table, the stuff you're going to need for it. Got some furnaces and some chests. Up here, we have our proper chest storage. I just pointed at 3 chests. This is our proper chest storage. No, we've actually got a ton of chests up here, as well as this little centerpiece, which looks really cool. There are some doubles of some blocks, so you can always change things around when you're building your actual mansion. So if you're watching this and you're planning on building it, you can always change a few things up. But up at the top, we have my favorite room of all. So I'm gonna put on the cinematic camera, and let's pan to look at it. So we have this giant master bedroom. I mean, this thing is gargantuan. Sorry, I'm gonna turn off the camera. But we have this huge mantle here filled with a ton of armor stands, maybe all your sets of armor, some favorite blocks, or not favorite blocks, favorite like swords or whatever. Maybe you killed the Wither and an Ender dragon with them or something. We have our triple bed area right here with your very own personal chest and your very own personal ender chest. But yeah, if you guys want to learn how to build this entire monstrous build for yourself, stick around for the build tutorial, and you'll learn how to build every single block you see here, and maybe a little bit more, you never know. But yeah, let's get started with the mansion. Alright, so for your mansion, you're going to need to find the materials found in my hotbar below. We're going to start off by building the foundation of the mansion. So we're going to place an oak log, and we're going to build it up to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So a very high log, and there's going to be a bunch of them. So we're going to count in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the 6th block, we're going to place another one that's 13 high, just like this. And we're going to be doing this a few more times. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then place another one. And again, it's going to be 13 high. And then last but certainly not least, we're going to place one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do one more. So essentially, this is going to be the front of the house. It's a very, very big house, as you guys can see, and it will actually be taking up most of that area. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to place another log like this. It's going to be 13 high, and then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 again, and then we're going to place another one on that 5th block. And essentially, we're going to copy this same pattern here. I wouldn't worry too. It's going to be like a traditional sort of square mansion. It's going to be a big mansion, so don't worry about it. But you just want to line these up like this. There should be a 5 block space in between them, and you'll end up with a pretty smooth looking rectangle. But trust me, we'll turn that rectangle into your very own survival mansion. Now, I know this is out of some pretty basic materials, but I think that's the beauty of it, is we're going to make something big and great out of materials that everyone can get, and it's pretty easy to assemble. So, something like this, essentially, it should just be a rectangle like this. They should all be 13 high, and yeah, let's get started on stage 2. Alright, so stage 2. I don't know why I'm calling them stages, I've never done that, but we're going to go around and we're going to place 3 logs everywhere that we can place them on the outside like this. So this is going to make it look like these supports are a little bit more thick than usual, which is probably good because this build is absolutely monstrous. So we can't have these little tiny thin little log supports without a little bit of extra support at the bottom. So we're going to go on the inside here, and this is where we're going to start lining out our actual walls. Now, believe it or not, they are going to be made out of oak wood, so it's a pretty simple material, but it'll honestly look really good in the end, just because of the size of this build. Now, the rooms are not all that big, but the amount of rooms that's going to be in them is, the amount of rooms that are going to be in this thing is just insane. But we're gonna go ahead and build this all the way up to the top of these logs right here. So these should be a total of 13 high. I'm gonna go ahead and fill all this in off camera, but trust me, you don't want to watch me do it. But essentially we're gonna fill in this entire wall all the way around up to 13 high. Alright, so once you're done, you'll end up with something sort of like this. It should end up looking exactly like this, but it's essentially a big box with some logs on the outside. So you want to pick one side to be the front of your build. I'm going to choose this side right here. And just for now, we're just going to break out the doorway. There's going to be some stuff in the front, but we're not going to build that just yet. I think we need to go to the inside and denominate where the floors are going to go. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to put a slab on this 4th block on the top half. So as you can see, there should be like 3 blocks right here, and then on the 4th block you want to put a slab on the top half of that 4th. And then we're going to go all the way around, and this is going to make up our floors. So I'm going to just sort of mark off the floors here real quick. So we're going to do the same sort of thing. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, and then on the top half of the 4th we're going to put a slab. And then we're going to go up here and we're going to do the same thing. So count 3 blocks. I use these logs just because you can kind of see it better. And then this is going to be where our final floor is up here. Now, there isn't the roof, there's no roof yet, so I mean you can't really see it, but there's going to be another floor up here as well. It won't be as big as the rest, but it'll still work. What I'm going to do now is just sort of fill in all of these floors. It's going to be a pretty simple process. You can divide these rooms however you like, obviously. I mean, I'm not going to instruct you on how to do it yourself, but I will be designing a full interior. I may regret saying that because this is huge, but I will be doing a full interior of this build. But yeah, let's get on with it. I'm going to finish putting all these slabs. Hopefully that makes sense. It should be pretty simple to do, but I'm just going to finish putting them all the way across. And by the way, whatever material you want to use for these floors, it doesn't really matter. I chose personally just to use stone brick, but of course you're not limited to just stone brick. You can literally choose whatever you want. It's really not going to matter. It's really not that big of a deal, but you know, I chose stone brick. You know, I think it looks pretty cool. So obviously we need a way to get like from floor to floor, right? We're gonna need a staircase, and you could do that a variety of ways, right? So I'm just gonna put some torches down here because I know shaders make it somewhat dark, so we're just gonna make it a little bit bright just for right now. I know we haven't completed the roof, but I'm saving that for a little bit because I hate building roofs. I hate it, but I'll do it for the fans. Essentially, I would recommend doing a staircase like back in the corner. Something like back in this corner like this, and then we could just sort of go up from floor to floor. Now you do have to eradicate a little bit of your floor space down below, but it's really not that big of a deal. And as you can see, you have that 1 block space, so that's why we made the walls this wide, so that it would be super simple to do that. So if we go over here, which I know it's super dark, so I'm just gonna like break this out, and that'll make it a lot easier. We can essentially do the same thing. It really doesn't matter. It's a pretty simple house to do staircases on. You don't have to break too much of the next floor, and honestly, it's super rewarding making these staircases, just because usually they're so hard to make and like they never work out right. But the staircase is pretty easy to make. So we're gonna break out all these blocks and essentially just make a way for us to get to different areas of our build, obviously, to get to different floors, but something like this. Now, of course, I broke these out just because I didn't add the windows yet. We'll probably do that next. But having stairs is somewhat essential to your build. If you don't have stairs, you're gonna be in for a world of hurt. You won't be able to see nothing at all. Okay, well, let's build you a little entryway because I kind of wanted to have a fancy little entryway like this. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be, but we definitely need somewhat of a fancy entryway just because this is like a mansion, so it should be kind of fancy. So essentially, I'm going to build up these I've said essentially a million times. Alright, so I've decided on the length of it. It's just going to be 3 cobblestone blocks out like this, and then we're just going to put 3 logs right here and then 3 logs right here. And then we're essentially going to put some fence, and we're just going to move it around on here, just like this, something like that. It should be, it's supposed to be pretty simple. I'm not trying to do anything too crazy and too fancy, but we're going to put slabs in these spots right here, just like that. And then we're going to put a little bit of slabs above them, and then we're going to come up a little bit, just like with 2 right there. We're going to come down on those and come down on those, and it should end up with a little bit of an entryway. I know it's a little bit overdone, but that's honestly the point. It's supposed to be a mansion, it's supposed to be fancy, it's supposed to be overdone. We're just going to stick with your standard door here, although we are going to grab a stair made of oak wood, and we're going to put that above the door so that it makes it a little bit more fancy. And then we're going to put a stair down into here, and yeah, we do need to make the floor material down in here into stone bricks. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Nothing exciting you're gonna miss. I'm just gonna do that a bunch. Alright, sweet. So I think what I'm gonna do for now is under these stairs, I'm just gonna fill them in with cobblestone. So I'm gonna go to all these staircases. I know it's super dark and you can barely see, so I'm trying to go hyper speed on it. But you'll be able to see in just a moment once we actually get to building the windows. So we have all this done. We don't have the roof done because I'm saving it for the last, because I'm bad at roofs and I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do it. I have not designed the roof just yet. I haven't designed it off camera, so it should be interesting to do. But what I am gonna do is around here, I'm just gonna put these slabs going upwards like this, and then I'm also going to do something with some slabs on the outside. But all we're gonna do is put these stairs where available, and then we are going to take some slabs made of oak, and we're gonna go inside of these logs, and we're just going to put a few little slabby doos like this. I don't know why I'm calling them slabby doos, but on the stream I started calling them slabby doos, so I'm gonna start calling them slabby doos. But I don't know how many times can you say that in one sentence. But I'm just gonna put those all the way around. That's just gonna add a little bit more depth to the build. Now obviously when designing windows, the best way to do it is from the inside. You can make the windows pretty big in this build just because, well, you have a lot of space. So I'm gonna try to make them as large as possible for each section. So each section should be something like this, only because you want to have that one block border. So we're going to go around and we're essentially going to do that on every single spot that we can, in traditional mansion fashion, where sort of every window is that's open is open. So you have to sort of pick and choose where your actual floors are, and just there should be a 2-block space in between, something like this. So of course this is just the back windows, and then we'll get to the other windows in a second. So again, that 2-block space, and just break out the window. Obviously you'll be on the inside, so it'll look something like this, and then there should be a 3-block space, and then this one over here, no, there should only be a, wait, is that right? No, yeah, there should be a there should be 3 gap in between the windows, but when you break them, they'll look something like this. And yeah, we're gonna fill these in with glass. Alright, so once those are all filled in, we're going to get to building the little window overhangs. So they're pretty simple. You basically just overhang it with some cobblestone slabs like this, and then just add a second layer. And I don't know, I thought it looked pretty cool. You're going to want to do this on every single window. Obviously we're going to texture it a little bit when we're done, but you just add these, and then you just click one more slab on top. And I don't know, you know, you could let me know in the comments, what do you think of these windows? They're not done just yet, but we'll see what they look like in the future once we're done with them. So the funny thing is I've never built this build before. If you didn't know, I'm building this all off the dome. I've never built this mansion. I looked up a couple pictures of mansions just to sort of see what I was working with, but no, I've never built this build before. I'm going completely from my head, freestyling it all. And I'm good at doing tutorials like that. I feel like when I'm planned is when I have the most stress, but for some reason I like doing them like this. So obviously the windows look a little odd right now, I will admit, but what we can do, and it's pretty simple to do, let's see. So we have stairs made of cobblestone, so I'm thinking stairs at the bottom like this, and I'm thinking maybe a stair right there. Yeah, so a stair in the middle as well as stairs on the sides like this. So I know I just changed it up and you probably just built all of them and you're like, Neo, I hate you and I want you to die. But understand that I'm doing this from my head, so a few things may be changed here and there, but when you're building them, you can build them like this in mind, or you can do it the way I'm doing it, which is by placing the stairs manually. Oh, that's not supposed to be like that. That's supposed to be like that. There we go. And then obviously on the other sides, we'll sort of do the same pattern. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I want the pattern to be. You may look at that and it looks kind of crazy, but that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be overbuilt. It is a mansion after all. Okay, so I figured out what we could do to add a tad bit more texture, but not add a whole nother block. So we're just gonna do some little, I don't know, these like 1/5 of a block in diameter, not diameter, in width, or how thick they are, I'm not sure. But we're gonna be adding a little bit of some trap doors under here, something like that, and that'll just spice it up a little bit. So we're gonna go on this side and we're gonna build the same sort of windows that we had, but they have to be a little bit smaller. So as you can see, just a tad bit smaller. There's still gonna be that 2-block space in between. Obviously the staircase is perfect, it doesn't cut out any of the window. And there's again 1, 2, and then you build your window again, and it should be fair, should be square. And then we can essentially fill in all these the exact same way, and we'll have the windows done on this side, and then obviously I will do them on the other side too, and then on the front. but we got to design something to stick over here. You want to try to stick to the same sort of patterns. I wouldn't do the exact same pattern on every single one. Now these windows are a little bit smaller, so you just have to do a pattern like this, but it's really not that big of a deal. It'll look just fine. But in typical fashion, you want to make sure and stay consistent. So we're going to be putting the trapdoor. We can't put the trapdoor under it like we did over here. Oh, it's because we have a stair. So yeah, add some stairs and it'll look a lot better, just like this. And now under that stair is where we're going to put our trapdoor. So we might as well just build all these. I'll just build one half and then I'll do it off the other half off camera, just because it's like right there and it's pretty simple. But those windows look really good. All right, let's do the same thing right here. Okay, so all the windows on that side are complete. Looks pretty good to me. I think it looks pretty decent. Now, one thing I was thinking of is on these, I kind of want to have a log stick out, but I'm not really sure why just yet. I don't know what I'm going to hang off of them, but maybe doing some logs like this could look pretty good. This makes it look almost a little bit medieval if we do it like this, so I'm not sure if that's what I'm going for or not. But either way, I mean, it looks cool, but I don't really know what you'd put on the end of these, whether it be a trap door or whatever. I'm not actually, yeah, we're gonna stick with that because that actually looks really cool. So I'm trying to make this somewhat of an easy mansion. I don't want to make anything too crazy and too complicated. So hopefully you guys are liking this. Okay, we're gonna stick them on the same levels, so like this, and then we'll sort of have the same thing going over here, and then we'll just have one stick out up here, and then we'll go ahead and trapdoor it just like this. So I'm not really going for a medieval style, but it appears that we've sort of gotten to that point, which is cool. I mean, I don't mind it. I think it looks really dope. Okay, that's actually really cool. Alright, so let's go to the front, and we're going to do the same sort of thing. Now, the front windows are going to be the exact same as the back windows. The only difference being is that they're going to be on the front. So count that 2 block space, and then break it. Count the 2 block space, break it, just like this. And then obviously the window right here is going to be in, and then the window right here just has to be cut off just a little bit, which is okay. It's not that big of a deal. The window doesn't mind. I already asked him off camera. So we're going to break this, have a 2 block space, break another, have a 2 block space, and then break the final window. And then obviously we got to fill all these in with the actual window panes. And we're going to be sticking to the same style that we did outside, but just on the inside. So pretty simple to do. Not hard at all. I don't think, at least. I honestly don't think this is a super hard build. I don't know, I've been building for like 6 years, or I've been playing for 9 years, but I've been building for not that whole time because I used to be trash at building. I'm still not the best at building, but I like to think I'm okay. But I don't know, who wants to think they're bad at what they do the most on their channel? I don't think anyone. But don't tell me, if you think I'm a bad builder, don't tell me in the comments. You'll make me very sad. I'm kidding. You can say whatever you want. You're allowed to have whatever opinion you please. That's the beauty of being a human. Okay, so I'm gonna put these slabs above, again like we did on the back, but this is just on the front, so yeah. But there's some stairs that we need to place as well, so we're gonna go back there and eye those real quick and make sure we're putting the stairs in the right places. But I'm pretty sure that they're just in the middle and on the sides. Yeah, they're just in the middle and on the sides. See, I shouldn't doubt myself. So on the sides and the middle side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this to all the windows. You guys don't want to see me do this again. Essentially, I'm just doing the exact same thing that I did on the other side, just right here. So stairs on the sides. There's not that many, so I may not even cut it, but who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. So yeah, I totally did cut it, but I did the exact I only had one more to do, unfortunately. And then that little sad window in the middle, but whatever. So we're going to be putting these same trapdoors in the same spots that we did on the other side. I don't know, my brain just like shut off for a second. I had just woken up when I started recording this, but make sure that this window right here also has them. Don't forget about those. And then on the inside of this, I don't know, you could throw some trapdoors down if you wanted to. I don't know. I mean, there's a few ways you could spice it up. I'm not really sure what you want to do to spice it up, but maybe you want to build something. I don't know. We'll figure that out in a bit. I keep getting distracted. That's the reason I don't make big builds, is because, well, first of all, they take a long time, which is fine. I don't mind that part, but I always get distracted when I'm building them, and then they end up taking twice as long, but it's okay. So we're going to be extending these logs 2 out. So if you want to know how many blocks up that is, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on the 7 blocks up, this is the 7th block. You want to start these 2 spires out, just like this. Now once you've already sort of done them, it should be a lot simpler because you can just sort of go around your build and see, oh, that's where they go. So you just sort of stick to that layer and then just stick one log out like this on the top and then two on the one below it, and then go ahead and cap all of them off with these beautiful oak trapdoors. Now of course you can change any part of this build. Any part of it you don't like, you could build this whole thing out of stone brick, you could build this whole thing out of cobblestone, you could build it all out of white wool. I really don't care. Whatever you want to build it out of, go ahead and do it. So we're gonna have to get to the hardest part now, which is the roof. We do have this one other side over here, so we might as well get it done real quick. Count 2 blocks, boom, count 2 blocks, boom, just like that. And all these windows, 2 blocks, boom, 2 blocks, boom, just like this. And then fill all them in with glass. Okay, now once all those are filled with glass, we're going to go on top and do that same sort of pattern that we did below. So just a layer of slabs and then a layer of slabs on top of that. Now the reason I did this is because these would look great on a smaller build, but since it's such a big build, everything just sort of needs to be a little bit bigger. I understand this is not like the biggest mansion in the entire world, but for me, this is a pretty big house. I wouldn't, in survival, if I built this would definitely be like an end game sort of mansion. So I'm not sure what I've titled the video, but I'm sure I've titled it appropriately. I think this is a pretty big mansion myself, but you may not. I mean, it's really like, I don't know who determines what a build is in size, like if it's big enough to be called a big mansion, I don't know. But for me, this is definitely big. And this is the default texture pack with BSL medium version 32 shaders, if you're curious. But so far, I think this build looks absolutely incredible. There are a lot of trapdoors, but it's honestly okay. I think it looks really good. The last, but certainly not least thing we need to do is the roof. Now this is where the build is make or break, guys. This is where the build is make or break. I repeat, make or break. I can't say make or break again. So we're going to make sure that the roof extends 2 blocks outward. So we're going to go along this line right here, and we're going to make sure that the roof extends 2 blocks outward again. So 1 block out from this log, and we're going to build it up. We're going to make it 1 block higher right now, like this, and then we're going to make it 3 blocks. So I guess this is going to be a medieval, I don't really know. I honestly don't know. But essentially we're going to place 3 blocks. It'll be much easier when I show it from the side view, I promise, because I can't even explain it right now. But it's 2 blocks of 3 like this, and then another like 2 blocks, and then like, it's 3 blocks with another 3 blocks connected on this block right here. So it's pretty easy to do, and then we're going to do that another time. So this roof is definitely going to be huge. I'm not trying to make it like uber giant, but I do want to make it pretty dang big. So something like this, and then we're going to go up. And we're going to go up just 2 this time. Just 2 this time. We're not going to go up an insane amount. So again, it should be 3, 3, 3, and then 2, and then 2 again. And then we're just going to sort of connect it over after this. I'm not going to make the roof giant. I know this is already pretty big, but either way, I mean, we need a big roof. It has to have a big roof. It cannot be small since it's such a big build. But again, you just start off with a layer of 3 stacked on top of each other. Just offset 1 from the log like this, and from the side it should look like that. So it should be lined up with those little cobblestone dealy-doos right there. And then if you wanted to, you could take some stairs, and just because this window seems like it's a little bit like messed up, you can just take some slabs and put those in there. And no one will ever know the difference. And it looks like it's more open, at least for those little window areas at the top. You may want to do that, you may not want to do it, I really don't know, but it also adds a little bit more texture to your build. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that on all these windows, just because I think it's going to make it feel a little bit more open, a little bit more airy around those windows. I don't like how the roof is touching the window guard, but something like that will make it look a lot better. Okay, so again, we're going to go up by 3 again on the roof, just like this. And then as you can see, we went up 3 times. So this is 1, 3, 2, 3, and this is 3, 3. I hope I'm not making it sound super complicated. And then we went up just 2, and then just 2 again. And that was the end of our roof. And then we're just going to sort of connect it over in the middle. And it should be pretty good. So I'm going to hold on. Let me finish this roof. Let me just bring it back a little bit. Alright, so I got the roof sort of connected over where I was trying to get it, and essentially we have the same roof on both sides, And all we're gonna do is maybe go up one more, just like this, just one more of those just 2-block high sections on each side. So again, I'll make this as simple as possible. I'm trying to give you a bunch of side views because that's going to be the best way to build roofs. Believe me, that's the part I have the trouble with the most. So as you can see, it's just 3 blocks like this, and then another 3 blocks, and then another 3 blocks, and then it's 2, 2, and 2. So it's a pretty simple roof design. I know it looks super complicated right now, but all we're gonna do now is just connect it over in the middle, and we should be done with the roof. So I'll just do it on these 3 blocks on camera and then do the rest off, but you should end up with a shape like that when you're done. Alright, sweet. So we have this roof complete. It looks really good. It's better than most of the roofs I do. It's a giant roof, but again, this is a giant build. All I would do now is just connect these logs all the way to the tippity top. I'm probably going to do the interior in a second part because this build is already, well, it's already been 20 minutes. You know what? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I say that now, but I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed by the size of this roof, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know how this build will turn out. Again, this is just off the dome. I hope it doesn't turn out bad and I've built this entire thing for nothing, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I would recommend filling in your actual wall material with the same wall that you did previously, and just filling it all the way in. So we probably don't have enough windows for this entire build, but that's honestly okay. We'll get to it in a minute. So what I mean is this wall material that we originally built, just sort of build this frame that you have up here all the way to the top wherever you can. So like that's the top there, that's the top there. And just fill it in from the inside so you don't miss like where the logs are. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fill in this entire box all the way to the top where I can, and like over here you just sort of fill it in like this, and that's as high as you can go. So that's the end of it. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this all the way around, so it should be a good bit more of wood. I'd say to build this build you probably need like 10 stacks of logs or something like that. I'm not really sure, but if you have a tree farm that shouldn't be too hard to attain. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill all this in, and I'll be right back when I'm done. Alright, so I'll be honest, looking at this roof, oh my god, we just brought the build to a whole nother level. This top area, I'm gonna just leave it as one floor. It's gonna be like the master bedroom or whatever. I'm not gonna you 100% could. I know it's super dark and I am sorry, but you definitely could. Here, we can fix that real easy. I'll put a bunch of torches just for construction purposes. I would not put this in your build, but just so that you guys can see a little bit better. You could go ahead and like make more floors in here, so 1, 2, 3, put it on the top half of the 4th like this, and then you technically could have a bunch of floors in here. I wouldn't really do it like that just because of how many floors we already have below. We already have 3 floors, so like I wouldn't do that. So I'm gonna make some big grandeur windows. They're gonna be absolutely massive, and I think we're gonna start off like with that 2-block space, so just building them right here. And this window is gonna go all the way to the top, and then you just want to leave that 1-block border, and it'll look absolutely beautiful. These windows, of course, these do not need any overhang just because they're right under where the actual window is. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill this in. You see the pain I have to go through to build these. Oh, and look, we missed one. This is Optifine that makes my windows connect, if you guys are curious, if you wanted to get it for yourself or whatever. But when you're building windows, make sure they have that 1-block gap. Otherwise, they'll just look weird if they're like connected. Like if you put this right here, you see what I mean? That would just look wrong. So make sure you have that 1-block gap. And if you're following my tutorial, you're probably building the window the same way I am. So you just want to sort of go up like this, and then you want to keep that 1-block gap, and then as high as you can bring that 1-block gap, which is just right there. So if I followed my own pattern correctly, we should have ended up with the same sort of window, and yeah, we did. So it looks quite beautiful. This is a huge build. Again, guys, I'm not the kind of tutorial builder. I'm gonna leave that to Almost Addicted Minecraft. You guys know him. He can build these things that I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he stays sane through those tutorials, but that man can build. If you guys haven't checked out Almost Addicted Minecraft, definitely go check out his channel. He has some absolutely insane builds. He is the most underrated builder in all of Minecraft, 100%. I don't know how he does it, but he's an incredible dude. Look at me, plug in other YouTubers. He didn't tell me to do that, by the way. We did speak once, and the only time we had spoke was inside of one of my live streams. He popped in and said hi. He said, I've seen your channel around and stuff, and that just made me super happy. He's the first Minecraft YouTuber I've ever spoken to, on any personal level at least. But yeah, now we have these wait, are these the same size? Yeah, they are. Okay, wait. Yeah, they are the same size. So we have these big grand windows at the top. This build looks absolutely incredible. I'm already loving the way this build looks. The roof is a little bit flat, I will admit. There's a few remedies for this. Let me see how this looks. I shouldn't do this on camera, but I'm kind of curious to see how this would look. These little bands right here could add a little bit of thickness and depth to the actual roof. So we'll go ahead and try it like this and see how it looks. Again, I don't know how it's gonna look, so let's just look at it. Okay, yeah. So it ended on those 2 slabs, and then it ended on those 2 half slabs like this. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that on both sides. The roof just looked a little bit flat, so it's in the middle of these windows right here, and then it's not on the half slab that's right here, it's just right above it. So we're just going to build these up and make sure they're connected diagonally like this. So you'll have to build it up 2 for a while, and then you just build it all the way over. And honestly, this is going to make the roof go from 0 to 133.7 miles per hour. I'm just kidding, I just made that up. Of course I made that up. Why do I even need to state stuff like that? We may go ahead and just add a slab on top of them as well, just like this. At least where they connect, just so that it makes it look a little bit more fluid. So again, just a slab on top of those, and oh yeah, that looks absolutely monstrously beautiful. I'm loving this build already. I was so afraid that since I was freestyling it, I was gonna get everything right but the roof, but turns out waiting for the roof was a smart call, because we sort of got the whole theme of the build, and I don't know, I think that looks pretty cool to me. I don't know. But I'm a crazy guy. I really, sometimes I'll think something looks good and it looks bad. I don't know. But I really want to leave those windows just sort of blanket top. I don't know. When I look at this, I just see like a beautiful mansion. But yeah, let's get to designing the inside. I'm not going to do a part 2 for the inside, but I mean, you guys know how big this inside's going to be. It's going to be super huge. So I'm going to take a break in real life, and then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to build the roof. I do see, however, on the entrance of this build, I'm going to put a few blocks just like this, and maybe that'll help our entrance a good bit. Just something like that. Maybe not put those, but yeah, that helps a lot. Cool. Oh, you can hear my cat digging in her litter box. How fun. Alright, I took a break for like 2 minutes and stared at the build. I couldn't think of anything else to add to the outside. I know that the windows down below may be overbuilt. You don't need to tell me you can tell me in the comments, but either way, I think it looks pretty cool myself. I'm not a huge mansion builder again, but I'm happy with the way this exterior turned out. It's a very big build, as you can see, and from all angles, if you saw this in real life, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's a big house. I don't know what style this would technically be in, but I'm just calling it survival mansion, and it should look pretty cool. I was thinking, like, can I add any slabs to here, but like you really can't. Like, there's no room to do it, and I think these windows up top look just fine. I'm sure once you stare at it enough, it'll look good. But yeah, let's get to the inside and let's start designing it. So of course we have tons of rooms. I kind of want to make an entryway, at least in this beginning room right here. So just something like that, and then we can just sort of break these exterior walls, and then we can fill these in like this. And obviously we'll get to lighting in just a second. But yeah, we're going to need a few things for the entryway. Nothing too complicated, but I would recommend putting the slab like that. And it doesn't look bad or anything like that, but this is going to be the entryway into our second. So there's going to be a room in here, obviously, and then a room in here. And this is going to include the staircase too, which will be cool. But in an entryway, there's not really a whole lot you can do. You could do a few things. We're going to put some slabs right here. You know what? We're going to put a stair. Yeah, we're just going to leave it just like that, with just a stair. And then, you know what, we're just going to put some logs in here because we can, and we have them available, so why not put them in there? My cat's going hard in there. Hold on, I got to wait for her because it's loud, and you don't want to hear that. Alright, so I've grabbed a plethora of things for this entryway. I don't know how many of them we'll end up using, but hopefully we use most of them. I'm going to just do 2 entryway tables like this surrounding both sides. So you're going to walk in, and you're greeted by 2, actually, you know what, we're just going to be greeted by one big table like that. I'm going to put an item frame with a map in it, like this. I'm going to put 3 pots down. We're going to do 2 blue orchids and then a cactus. Like, 2 blue orchids and then a cactus, like this. And then on the sides, I was figuring maybe we could put like a little bush in the corner or something like that. Again, I'm not really sure. You could build this out however you want. But in the entryway, maybe you want to take off your armor after a long day of hunting and gathering, and you just kind of want to relax. So maybe you want to go in here. Maybe you want to have an ender chest just to sort of drop off some materials. So that's fine with me, guys. But you could just fill it in like this, and you can have a nice. Actually, you know what? It may look better if this was on a table. It may look a lot better. What did I get rid of? I got rid of my boots. We need some boots. We're gonna take chainmail boots. So we got some fancy chainmail boots. Yes, the interior, like right here, is a little bit cramped, but honestly, I think it'll be okay. It's not that big of a deal. We have a ton of rooms to fill in. So like, of course, we can make one of these a storage room, like up in here. And then we can make this into like a crafting furnace room. And then up here, we can do really whatever. But I think up here is going to definitely be the bedroom. We could definitely remove all the torches on the walls now. Okay, much better, because we don't need those there. They have no business being there. And there's enough light coming in for these windows. And yeah, the shader pack is what's making the windows look really nice, and they have that nice like light come through. So if you're curious about that, it's BSL Medium version 32 if you'd like to obtain the shaders for your own use. So over here, I kind of want to do it weird. I kind of want to have a brewing room in here. We did not do any proper lighting yet. We'll put a torch and a torch, and then torches back there, and that should be sufficient. Don't want a torch right there, but maybe a torch right here on the window, and then we'll just sort of figure it out as we go. And one right there. So again, just a torch on the window, a torch on the window, and then like one right there or something. It really doesn't matter. It's not like super uber specific to do it anyway. We are going to take some glowstone, however, and we're going to do in typical NeoCubest fashion. We're going to put a whole row of glowstone. We're going to do a whole row of glowstone even to right there. Actually, no, we're going to end it right there. We're going to take some trapdoors. You can really use whatever kind of trapdoor you want. I like to do spruce, at least on these. This is going to be a brew farm, so it's a nice farm that you can use to brew. If that wasn't self-explanatory, I'm not sure. I'm not trying to judge how smart you are. I don't know. It depends. It's not intelligence. It's a matter of, have you watched my videos before? If you have, you probably know what I'm doing here with the nether wart. We're just going to make a little bit of a farm right there, so it should be cool. And then over here on this wall, we're going to do a few things. We're going to make a big old table, and we're going to put a crap ton of slabs in the middle, like this. And then we're just going to take a whole load of brewing stands, and we're just going to put them along there for the ultimate brewing room. And then you have a little bit of growing happening right there. Now under these, I'm going to put a bunch of chests. So we need to break out like this whole area. And let's just go ahead and fill it in all in with stone bricks, so the entire material that we used. And then we're going to put these for the walls. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm going to put a few chests under here. So let's take our chests, and we can store materials under here and whatnot. And we'll do 2 double chests and then a single chest. All openable, of course. And then over here in the corner, you may want to add another chest. I'm not really sure. It depends on what you're going for with this build. You could also go over here, put some of these slabs down, and then you could put a chest. Oh, don't put the slabs down. I'm stupid. You could put a chest up here as well. It is going to block a tad bit of your windows, but the best thing about putting a chest like right here is that you can make it hanging, and it looks really cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so something like that, and then you put the stair, stone brick stair like that, and you can have a little bit of a hanging chest from the ceiling. I don't know, you can really go crazy in here. It really isn't that big of a deal. However you choose to do it is going to be the best way. You could put a painting in here. You could do a variety of things, but I don't know. I think it's pretty good for a brewing room. Looks nice to me. I can't really think of anything else you'd need. You have storage for your stuff. You have these, and then the actual brewing stands. Oh, I'm so stupid. I was thinking, what do you need to brew a potion? Oh, we're gonna need one of them. We're gonna need one of them fancy cauldrons. So we're gonna put a cauldron right here, and then we'll put a cauldron right here as well, just so that we have access to cauldrons on either side of the room. And yeah, you could do another row of chests right here if you so please. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, this looks like a pretty good brewing room. You walk in here, you know exactly what's going on. We're gonna be brewing some potions. So yeah, let's get to another room. Let's go over here, and yeah. We'll do a little room in here. So we're going to take some barrels, just because we have access to barrels now, and I feel like we should use them. So we're going to break out those blocks, and we're going to put them against the wall like this. So you know, when you open them up, you got a little bit of storage there, which is nice. We'll put a double chest down here. I don't really know what this room's going to be, but we're going to put a crafting table in it. Ooh, that's what we do need. You always should have crafting tables. No matter what the build is, always have at least one crafting table somewhere. Maybe we'll put that crafting table here, and then take a pressure plate with spruce and put that on top. I don't know. Could look pretty cool. You only really need one cauldron, so I don't know why I decided to put many, but definitely put a crafting table in here, put a spruce pressure plate on top. It really doesn't matter what you choose to do. It's not that big of a deal. So maybe we'll have a little bit of 1.14 stuff. So let's grab a grindstone. Let's grab a cartography table, which I don't even know if we can really use them yet. Let's grab a lectern. Oh, we need a full enchantment table in here somewhere. Okay. Well, we're going to put the grindstone up here. We're going to put the stone cutter. It's going to be, where's the stone cutter? We're going to take the stone cutter here, and we're going to make something out of oh, I need the full block of cobblestone for this. Okay, and then maybe a slab, maybe. I'm not really sure. We're not gonna put the lectern in here. I was just saying that because maybe, but we're actually gonna build a real thing for that. So I'm gonna put the stone cutter like right here, so it makes it look like it's up on a little bit of a something, and then we're gonna just do 2 grindstones. You definitely don't need 2 grindstones, but if you want to have 2 and then have a stone cutter below, feel free. And then this also gives us a nice opportunity to put a little chest under here, and it's hidden, and many people will just miss it. They won't even know it's there, and that's one of the best parts. So we have a few 1.14 blocks in here. Let me see if I'm missing anything. We definitely could use lanterns to light up some of the areas in here, but I don't really see where you'd put lanterns, so I don't know about that. Okay, so I was thinking, what can I fill this space with? And honestly, I'm not 100% certain. I don't know. I never really know the answer. We're going to put a rose bush right here, and then we're going to take some trapdoors. Yeah, we're just going to surround it so it looks like it's potted, and then we'll have a nice potted plant in here. So you walk in, you have a chest, you have a nice plant, you have some 1.14 stuff, and then over here it's kind of blank, but I mean, what else would you put over here? You could take some leaves, of course. You can always add leaves to your build, and you could put a fence block like this with a leaf. Again, I don't know. If you want to do it, you can, but if you're gonna do that, I would take a stair and I would put it right here, just so that no one knows the difference and it doesn't like stick to it. And then you got a little bit of a plant right here. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, you can do. Maybe you want the plant to be that high and it doesn't even matter if it connects. But yeah, that looks good. So we got a nice little plant in here, some 1.14 blocks. But of course, we got to have a full enchantment table. So we're going to go ahead and build that up in here. So we're going to take some books. We're going to take an enchanting table. Okay, so I predict this is all we're going to need, but I really don't know. We beautifully have this odd number of blocks on this wall, so we can do an awesome enchantment table. So we're just going to surround this window right here. It's almost like it was made for it right here, but honestly, I don't know. We only need 15 actual blocks. So let me make sure this is full 30. I need to test it just for my own purposes, just to make sure. So this is a full 30. I think you can get away with even having 1 less. Yeah, can you have 2 less? Oh, can you have 2 less? I don't know. Yep, you could. Can you have even less than that? Yeah, you can. Okay, can it be like this? No. Okay. So minimum size, I would do it like this, just because it's going to be more even. You don't actually need it to be any bigger, surprisingly. I always thought it was bigger myself, but turns out it's not. We're just going to put some fences right there just to make it look a little bit better. Now, we don't have any lighting in here thus far, and I do know that we're not going to need another one of those. So we're going to put a torch right here and a torch right here just to light it up. And then I want to say we could put a lantern right here. So maybe we could take a lantern and or we could hang it from like right here and make it look like it's hanging into the enchantment table, something like that. Actually, that looks perfect. So that's a good use for the lantern because you can't really put a torch anywhere there. So that's nice. Where did I take my anvil? I replaced it for the lantern. We are going to need an anvil in here, so I'm going to put an anvil right here. I'm going to put a normal chest here, and then an ender chest right here. And then I'm going to take some, what are they called? I'm going to take some stairs, and then we're just going to put this on that side, and this on that side. We're actually going to raise all this up, so let me grab all these things back. Okay, make sure I have all of them. We're going to take some slabs made of cobblestone, and then in between, we're going to put all these blocks. We're going to put anvil, ender chest, normal chest, and then we're going to take some trap doors made out of spruce, and all we're going to do is on the top, we're just going to place them like this, and then on the sides, we're just going to do this, like that. So it makes it look nice and covered, like it was supposed to be there. And obviously, I got my day 2 house, which I don't even know what, I don't even know what was in that book. But then we have the extractinator with efficiency 5 on breaking 3, just for when I have to cheat and break some areas. So we can make this area into another little separate room like this. The only problem being like why would you make a separate room in here? Like, what are you gonna put in here that you can't fit in this room? But sticking with the theme of a mansion, we gotta have the separation of powers, just like the United States government. I'm just kidding. We shouldn't really have. I mean, you can't have a separate room in here, but then like what goes in here? Like, honestly, like nothing would be able to fit. So there's not really a point. But don't just leave this floor with just a big old enchantment table. That's a big no-no. We don't have any storage thus far, and since this is a survival build, here we'll go ahead and design that in a bit. I want to get to a storage room. No, we're not going to do it like that. We're not going to give up because it gets hard. We are going to make this look a little bit better. So we're going to take some stairs made of the same material, and we're going to put the stairs right here, And that should make this look a whole heck of a lot better. We're going to take some leaves made of oak, and we're just going to put them like this. So we're just going to have 2 on the sides and then 1 in the front like this, and that should look pretty snazzy. You can go ahead and just like stick a bunch of double chests right here, but they may look a little bit bad. It really just depends on what you view. And give me 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry, Lauren just got home. You guys know my girlfriend Lauren if you watch the streams. If you guys are watching this far into the video and you haven't yet turned on notifications, turn them on. That way you're notified when I start streaming, because I do a good bit of streaming. And oh no. I always forget anvils fall, and then I'll break something below when they fall. I'm like, what? What just happened? The Minecraft game just glitched. That old Minecraft game. Yeah, I'm at a loss. I asked her, like, I'm not sure what to put in here, and I still am not sure what to put in here. But I do see this area right here is the perfect little area for a chest. Yes, I know it blocks your window. Does it really matter? I mean, maybe. I'm not really sure. It depends on what your values and morals are. But I don't really care if it's blocking the window. Because when you look at it from the outside, which, yeah, we're mad lad right now. If you look at it from the outside, just like, oh, okay. It's a nice lived-in house. It actually has something in it. But yeah, maybe a little bit. No, we're not going to put more bushes. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly what to add in here. I'm not a whole ton sure, but we do need a crafting table. So we'll put a crafting table down right here. No, we'll put a crafting table. Nope. Ooh, put a crafting table and a crafting table right here. Go ahead and do a double crafting table. I'm trying to see if there's a place where I could just do a whole line of crafting tables, but you don't really need more than one. But yeah, 2 crafting tables like that may look good. Since we have 1.14, there's a ton new blocks you can add. So like for instance, we could put some barrels along the wall right here, and you can fill those up with really whatever you choose. And then maybe you want it to look a little better, so you add some iron fence in here. Again, like these are just things you can just sort of do to your build. Maybe add a little bit of texture. Okay, those connect to the glass now? Ew, why would it do that? Well, that's interesting though. That gives me some ideas for some build stuff. But yeah, you could just sort of add these little iron bars, and they always look good. You can't really make something look bad, but barrels are nice just because you can kind of put them wherever, and you could do a little barrel thing like that. And then, yeah, we don't have any blast furnaces yet, so I'm going to probably do that on the next floor. We don't have any smokers yet either. I probably should have added those to the 1.14 block area, just because I'm trying to confine it to one area, but there's not enough room in here to add smokers and blast furnaces. But we don't have any furnaces yet or chests, so that's what the next floor is going to be. It's going to be furnaces, it's going to be blast furnaces and smokers. We're going to need a bunch of chests. We're going to probably need a few trapdoors made of spruce. We're going to need some torches. We're going to need some lanterns. We're going to need the entire arsenal of Minecraft blocks. Everything you can get, we're going to need. Probably not. But this floor looks pretty much done out. There's this blank area right here, but it's really not that big. Ooh, I have an idea. No. Neo, what do you think? Neo, get out of here. This honestly looks fine. I think I'm worried about it when I really shouldn't be. You could even put maybe a few furnaces down here or something like that just to add it. I don't know. So we're going to put a whole array of furnaces right here. Again, like you may need a bunch of furnaces. I'm not sure what you're doing in your world. You're going to need a bunch more blast furnaces than you are smokers. So we're just going to do it like that. So I have a bunch of blast furnaces for smelting ore. And then these smokers cook your food faster. These cook your ores faster. These cook your food faster. And then these are just the medium speed or whatever. I mean, it really doesn't matter. And yeah, that looks pretty cool to me. I mean, we have all the furnaces done now. So we're going to go on this wall. This is where you walk up the stairs, so immediately the crampy chests. But from this side, we're just going to put rows of chests like this. And the cool thing about 1.14 is that you can put chests next to each other. If you can't put the chests next to each other like this, then just have a 1 block space in between, and it really won't make a whole world of difference. It's not going to be that big of a deal. But I wouldn't have your chests any closer than like right there. If you need more chests than this, keep in mind, guys, there's tons of spaces in this build for chests. I mean, just absolute ton. I would put stairs above them, stairs of stone brick, just like this. It's just going to make it look a little bit better. Something like that. And then on the sides, I wouldn't leave the sides bare. I would go ahead and line the sides, and it makes it look like a giant cabinet or something. I'm not really sure. I've always liked doing the little lines like this, and then maybe on the side here you want to do a stair like that, and that's perfectly fine. You really can do it whatever way you want, but I don't know, I think that looks pretty cool. Now in the middle here, there is a little bit of a gap, but it's okay. We'll go ahead and fill it in a bit. I'm trying to see if I can put any more furnaces anywhere. I think you can fit maybe like another row over here, but maybe that's going a little crazy. I don't know. But we need the maximum amount of furnaces in this build, or chests, I guess. You could even do a hanging chest. No, you couldn't do a hanging. You could do a hanging chest right here? Question mark maybe. Let me see. I'm not really sure. We'll see if it works. So we walk up and down the stairs. Yeah, you don't even notice it really. But this should be enough chests for you guys. Maybe you want to put another ender. I know we already have like 3 ender chests in here, and I know how expensive they are. So disregard me and my... I promise, I've played survival, and I played it very recently. But for some reason... Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Oh, okay, but I can't break those. But I can break these. Can I break that? Oh, okay. And I can put that right there, and then I can fill all these in with chests. Haha. Okay, so we don't have any lighting in here, so we're going to put a torch in a torch. And then we don't have any lighting right here, but you can hang a lantern. Perfect. And then we don't have any lighting over here. That's fine. We don't have any lighting in the middle. It's honestly all good. It's not going to matter if it's in the middle. And we should just go ahead and put another volley of furnaces just right here, just because we're probably going to need some more. But this is definitely a utility room. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but hey, it looks cool, which is always nice. There's no like, actually there is a middle to it, so maybe you want to add something like, just if you don't know what to do, when in doubt, just add a bunch of stuff like this. And then look, I actually have a really cool idea for this. So we're gonna put these trapdoors on the sides, and they're gonna be openable upwards like this, and then we're gonna put one more on the tippity top. So let me put one down like this. I'm holding down shift right now to accomplish this task, just so I don't end up opening them. And we're gonna put these all the way across like this. And look at this, check this out. We can take crafting tables. You could do crafting table and then a crafting table like this, and then you could do a chest, and then the other way face another chest, and then do a chest this way, other way face another chest. And then you can do a bunch of stuff in here. So you want another anvil, maybe you need to repair some stuff. I'm not really sure, but now you got your very own anvil. Maybe you want some of your shulker boxes up in here. I'm not really sure, but we'll put a blue one and then another blue one. Maybe you want your shulker box. Okay, so you can't open them. Wait. Okay, so you can't open them if there's anything above them. So I didn't know that. Again, like I have a shulker box in my Let's Play, but I haven't used it yet really at all. So I'm trying to think, what else could you add in here to make it look good? Maybe like some bookshelves? Nah, I'm not really sure. Actually, you know what? That looks kind of cool. Yes, it's a waste of bookshelves, but if you're building this mansion, I think you can spare a few bookshelves. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not trying to judge, but yeah, you should be able to spare a few. But yeah, that looks pretty good for this floor. So pretty much everything we need to build is in here except for a farm. But guys, we're not going to put a farm in a mansion. That would just be unsanitary. So we have this master bedroom area, the final part of the build. If you guys have stuck around for the entire build, thank you so much for sticking around. But we're gonna finish this off strong. So let me get some things. Okay, so I'm gonna decide. I'm gonna put my bed right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a little bit of a platform in front, and I'm gonna stick our 3 beds down. Yes, 3. You heard that right. We have 3 beds. We're actually not gonna put them up on a platform. That makes them too high up in the air. It looks weird. We're gonna put our 3 beds right here, but we are gonna put slabs on the sides, just like this, and then we're gonna extend these out 1. I hear a noise. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe my cat's toy. But we're going to put some logs right here. We're going to put a wall, and then a fence and a fence. And we do need to have a little bit of an overhang over our bed, just because this is like the king's bed. It can't be some boring stuff. Yes, I realize that this is in front of the window. Do I really care? No, it's really not that big of a deal. It won't really matter. Oh, why did I build it like that? I started building it, but I didn't even build it on the right block. Okay, so like this, and then it should be up at the tippity top like that, and like this. So you're probably looking at this, you're like, Neo, that's a little much. That's the point. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be just like crazy. Like why would you need a bed like that? I don't know. But hey, you're living in a mansion, so you gotta have a beautiful bed. Something like that's pretty cool. And the best part is you can put a chest up here that you can open. We're gonna take a trapdoor. I haven't built this before, so I'm like saying that like I've already built it. I've already designed it before. And yeah, I know what I'm doing. No, I'm just building this off the dome again, guys. And then we're gonna put, I know it's like wrapping off the dome, but we're building in Minecraft. Maybe you want an ender chest in here just to put up your stuff before you sleep. But last but certainly not least, we're okay, let me make sure it doesn't connect anywhere. No, it doesn't? Okay, good. We are going to need some light in here, so I'm thinking a little bit of lanterns. And it connects perfectly up at the top. So now you got your very own bed light, which you can turn on and off. But you can't actually turn it on and off, but you have your very own bed light. Hopefully this is a pretty cool bedroom area. It looks pretty nice. We definitely need some carpet up here. I'm not really sure. No, we're not going to do with carpet because I always make it look bad. But Maybe you want to stare. You know what? Before you're falling asleep, I bet you just want to pump your own ego, and you want to stare at your beautiful armor. So we're gonna go one off from the window, one block off from the window like this. We're gonna take some slabs made of the same material you chose to use your stairs with, and then we're just gonna put a bunch of armor stands, and we're gonna fill all those in with armor. So of course I don't have. Maybe even do another layer of them up here. I'm not really sure. Whatever you want to do, guys. Again, this is your mansion. I am showing you how to build it, but it is your mansion, so don't be afraid to do whatever you want, guys. Don't be afraid. And then we're gonna put a stair right here. No, we're not. We're just gonna put some stairs like this, and then we're gonna break this one, and we're gonna break this one, and then we're just gonna fill this in with cobblestone blocks just like this. Maybe you have a little bit of extra mossy cobblestone. You want to add a few blocks of mossy in here. I'm not one to judge. Hey, it'll look pretty cool. So something like this. And that'll make it look nice. Is there slabs made of mossy? Ooh, there is mossy cobblestone slabs. So let's go ahead and break these because I know they're gonna fall. And just sort of randomize the pattern. Don't make sure you don't have any. Wait, is there mossy brick stairs? Ah, there is mossy brick stairs. So we can add at least one mossy brick stair onto here as well. Something like that. It'll make it look old and like fancy, like like your giant mantle in your base. I don't know. I think that looks pretty sick. And then we're gonna go ahead and fill in all those armor stands off camera. Believe me, I'm not gonna make you watch it. It's gonna be kind of fun to do though. Okay, so like you wake up in the morning, you're like, just hold on, I could do this. I could. So you wake up in the. We're trying to get on the right level. So what you wake up in the morning, like beautiful night's sleeping. Let's look up real quick. Many years I've fought and battled for these. Oh, one of them's missing a head. Okay, we gotta get out of spectator mode. Hold on. We need armor. We need a head. This will be perfect, like that. Nope. No. I gotta put it back now. Okay, so we put it back. This build is absolutely monstrous. I'm not sure how I've accomplished building something this big without like completely messing up, but somehow I've done it. I'm gonna put a bunch of leaves here. Now again, guys, keep in mind anything I do, you don't have to do. You can completely change it. But there's a few things that I would not miss. For instance, we're gonna put a few swords here. We're gonna make them face inwards just because it looks weird if they don't. And then we're gonna put some swords up here as well. You may not be able to see these. Now keep in mind, I'm just gonna kind of randomize them. This is where I'd put, like, let's say you defeated the Ender Dragon and you kind of want to retire a sword. Well, this is where, you know, you could put them. And you have something beautiful to display them in. And I don't know, I think it looks pretty snazzy myself, but I'm the one who built it, so I'm completely biased. I wouldn't listen to me. Maybe it doesn't look good, I'm not sure. But I'm also we're just gonna leave it like that. That actually looks really cool. Let's see, what else can we add to this? Okay, so there's a missing block there. Interesting. I'm trying to think of like what else you could really add. I'm thinking of like some sort of shrine sort of area, but I'm not sure exactly how to go about it. So let's just take some iron fence and let's just put it down and let's just see what happens. So some iron fence like this, and then maybe we want to build a little bit of a roof over this area. I don't know why. Again, like I legitimately don't know why, but maybe something cool will come of this. And then we'll put a log in the back and a log in the back. We got the logs in the back. Okay, nope, we're not starting that. Maybe these are all your favorite items. Again, I'm just kind of randomizing what they are. I assume that you wouldn't just have a bunch of diamond swords, but maybe those are your favorite items. I got no shame on you. That's perfect. If you like those items, good on you. But those are your favorite items, and maybe you want to put them right there. Maybe you wanna have a proper light in here, so we'll put a little lantern in the back, and then you just have your favorite items right there. And again, like I can't express enough, you guys can literally put whatever you want in this entire build. It's completely up to you. You can even put a stair right here and make this look a little bit better. And you can fill this in with chests. You could. Okay, I have a chest in here. I was gonna say I thought I had chests in here. So fill this entire thing in with chests, you may, just like that. So now you have some chests over there. We don't have any paintings in here. I'm not sure why, but we'll go ahead and put a couple of them down. So something like that. Just make it even, so you have 2 wides on both sides. And then we could so we can't really put much else right there. You could have a little bit of a table right here, which I'm not sure why I don't have very many more tables in here. Maybe there was a reason for it. No, not really. I just kind of forgot. I forgot the tables existed. So just something like that, or a little like desk or something. I'm not even sure. Maybe you could have a computer playing Minecraft in here. I'm not sure. Ooh, we'll use some of the new flowers. We'll use a cornflower, lily of the valley, and then allium isn't new, but that's okay. I'm trying to think. Like, there's a bunch more things we could do, but again, like, it's really up to you guys. Maybe you want to have a, oh wow, that's a big old, oh wow. I didn't realize there were arts that big. Okay. Well, maybe you want to have some paintings up in here. Maybe these are some super rare okay, well, those are giant. Okay, you know what? We can't just have random paintings though. That looks weird. But what you can do is just have a bunch of random leaves up here, because that makes more sense than having a big painting. I'm just kidding. It doesn't make more sense, but it looks really good. I don't know. I've always sort of liked having a little bit of leaves in here. Again, like, you don't have to do this. Again, I'm just trying to give you some interior ideas for maybe something you want to do later on in your world. But something like this could look pretty cool, having it kind of overgrown in here. Just make sure when you're doing these that they're kind of random and not too connected, I guess. I'm not really sure. But something like this can make your build look a whole lot better. How? I'm not entirely sure why it works, but when you look at it, you walk in here and you're like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. Anyways, let me catch my voice to do the outro, so give me a second. If you guys enjoyed this video and you watched the entire thing, first of all, you're a trooper, and I thank you so much. But if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel and you want to see more tutorials, let's plays, and live streams of Minecraft, be sure to click the subscribe button, and also make sure to turn on all the notifications for the channel so that you are notified when I actually start doing something. Unfortunately, YouTube isn't the best about notifying you otherwise, but make sure you do that if you do subscribe. Link to all the music that I used in this tutorial is down below, as well as link to the shader pack and the there's no texture pack. So I'm used to saying texture pack because usually I used one, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching the whole thing from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry I can't reply to every single comment anymore. I'll do my best to on this video, but we'll see how it goes. I used to do every single comment, and it killed my brain, and I can't do that anymore for my own sake. It's not healthy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a ton of fun making it. I haven't built something this big in a long time, so it really is truly refreshing to build something like this, just because it's like, I don't know, it feels like it's been a long time coming since I haven't built very many big things recently. And I really do, I enjoy building things like this, but I gotta take them one at a time, because like this build is so giant, guys. Like there's a chance that like this build will never get seen by very many people, because they look at the thumbnail and they're like, yeah, that's too much for me. But as you can see, even a builder like me who just builds in survival can build a mansion. And I hope you guys end up building it if you're watching the video. And if you do build it, I hope that you enjoy it. But leave me a comment. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Or live stream, or let's play, or tutorial. I'm not sure. But anyway, see you guys. Bye.